Aura Dione ist bei mir. Herzlich willkommen. I'm so glad you're here. How are you? What are you up to these days?
I just released a new song called Shania Twain, so I am really busy with that song. I'm playing it on guitar, I'm playing it live, and then it's summertime, so I'm busy just really enjoying the sun and being out and about playing festivals.
Oh, perfect. Different lifestyle already, right? When the sun's out.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned your new single, Shania Twain.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering, it's a song about heartbreak, but still it's so powerful and hopeful. Can you elaborate a bit on the story behind the song?
Well, the name obviously has some sentiment to it because it is, for those who don't know Shania Twain, she was an icon, female icon in the 90s, and she wore this cheetah print, the leopard print, and she had a song called That Don't Impress Me Much. And she was so loved for that song because it was so powerful. So when I was in the studio and I was completely heartbroken, I was like, I need to channel some Shania Twain in here. And somehow I wanted to have a song who kind of took some of the same energy and had that like powerful message from heartbreak to hope or from pain to power.
Yeah, because when I first heard the song and I was consciously listening to the lyrics, I was reminded of a quote by Rumi, which is, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Uh-huh. And I was like, to me, that song just kind of transcends that feeling, you know, because you're going through such a sad passage of your life, but you managed to make it into such an upbeat song. It's so fascinating to me. Does that come easy to you?
I think it's a state of mind that I choose to be in, because I knew that the level of heartbreak that I was in, I'm not the only one going through this. So I just thought to myself, I need to recycle the pain. I need to make this into something beautiful and something powerful. And maybe my thing in life is to write music. So I wanted to create a piece of music that took the pain and gave it life and gave me a job. And gave, other people the opportunity who might not have, words or thoughts that are, don't know how to maybe put them together with feelings. It could kind of assist in, being like, oh, I just love this song. I don't know why, there's great energy in there and I love the words. Wow, that's a good thing to create from pain.
And I'm just going to dance away the pain, basically, because I think it's such an upbeat song. You can just dance to it, even though it's like it has such a strong story. Yeah. And you managed it so well. You mentioned Shania Twain, it's the title of the song. Was she an inspiration to you when you were growing up?
Well, I think a lot of the strong female artists were inspiration, because as a young woman growing up, my mom was a hippie, and her friends and her were kind of the strong ones in the family. And music-wise, I've always looked up to women who had a bit of edge and who dared to be themselves, such as Shania Twain or Dolly Parton or a few other girls on the scene. Yeah.
I also saw that you performed a Lady Gaga song at an award show. Uh-huh. Is she? Would you count her in that? What you just mentioned?
I think Lady Gaga is probably one of the biggest artists in 50 years, and she's definitely creating a legacy for herself.
Yeah, I think so too. Like with style and music and everything, just so bold. Was there another song that you inspired you as deeply as the Shania Twain song?
I think many songs have inspired me, and the question is the answer to your question. I think Nothing Compares to You, Sinead O'Connor. It's a beautiful song. I also like Adorn from Miguel, and right now I'm listening to Billie Eilish. I think she's amazing too, Bad Guy.
Yeah, we'll hear more from her, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you've also shot a video for the single. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering, because you got so many different kinds of people in it, is that like your personal plea for more open-mindedness?
I guess it is. In my video, I wanted to kind of celebrate the 3 groups of people who had helped me through this heartache. So I had the lovers in there, and I had like all my gay friends, and I had all my girlfriends. So I think that's for me a fun way to also describe, like, this is a bit of me, but it's also, I'm just a very open-minded person. I like to bring all people together and throw a good party.
And you managed to do so. I think it's a fun video, and you got the leopard print in the back.
Yeah,
of course.
I do. Yeah, I got a leopard cake.
Oh, because you're gonna party like it's your birthday every day, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. What I also saw in the video, and I think you portray it right now, you always got unique outfits and on stage and in your video. And right now, how important is that for you to portray your character through, and you being an artist through your fashion and your outfits?
I think it is almost as natural for me as it is to be in music and write music. I think those two go together. I think there is just a natural flow in telling a story. For me, my clothes is telling a story, my songs are storytelling, and it just makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, because it's like just showing off your character as well, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. Now, I read that you got new music coming up as well.
Uh-huh.
Can you share some more details about it?
Well, I think I can, but at the same time, I'm always like, writing new material. I'm always on it, and I haven't closed the album yet. So I think what is important to me right now is that I have some real music in there. Like, I'm using the guitar again, like when I wrote Shania Twain. Like, I'm just kind of back to writing a lot on my guitar. And I think it is gonna be, a little bit a heartbreak album, an angry album also, but I've also come out on the other side, and I'm still writing, so I know there's gonna be that bridge into a happier place, and also maybe being able to reflect and say, okay, this wasn't good, but this is really good, and this is where I am now. So I think it's gonna have both sides.
So you're still in the middle of the process, basically.
I think I'm kind of over the process, and now I'm really just enjoying my life.
That's good. But I meant in the process of constructing the album, or is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am. I'm still kind of putting it together.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't have a release date for us yet.
But
no.
you know what's so interesting? With writing, it's like it's always so personal to me. So it's like my own personal life somehow interferes with the songs a lot. So I never really know until I know. But it's like I go for the feeling in my stomach, and I'm like, oh, it's here. Okay, done. And hopefully my label is like, yes, it didn't take too long.
I'm sure they'll be happy when it's finished, and we'll be happy when it's finished, and we can listen to it as well. You just mentioned you're writing so much on your guitar again, and I think that Shania Twain also has like this country twist to it. Will we hear more of that, or is it just very guitar-based in general?
It's a little bit of everything, I think. I do love writing on my guitar. I like writing on the piano as well, but there's just something with the guitar that just fits well with who I am. But we'll have to see. I'm still conspiring.
All right, we'll stay tuned. I also stalked you a bit on the Instagram, and I was watching some of the Dione diaries. And in one of the episodes, you describe yourself as a force of nature, basically a wild woman. What does that entail for you?
A sense of fearlessness in my life, definitely, and an openness. And also, it's like sometimes I give so much a fuck that I don't give a fuck. And I think that's a good place to be in, because it's like I have empathy, but at the same time, just be like, I guess it's not slightly crazy. I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like I'm awake, and I know what's good and what's real and what's right and what to focus on. That's kind of giving me so much energy, because I'm able to really kind of connect with people on a different level because I'm so engaged.
Sounds beautiful. Also on the episode, you mentioned that you just love to be in nature. Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite spot to go?
Well, yesterday we were doing we were also on radio tour, and we were driving in the car. We're like 4 people in the car. I'm like, oh, there's a lake. Where are we? In Baden-Baden. Can I jump in the lake? And I love that apparently I am some kind of bus because people actually listen and they like stop the car. And I'm like, oh my God, they stopped the car. So I just run out and try and jump in the lake, but it's quite muddy, and I have a guitarist who's like saying, no, or maybe it's a really good idea, you could probably drown. I'm like, yeah, but it's a lake, I want to jump in the lake. It's like, and then we kind of look at the lake, and it does look a bit gross. So I end up not doing it, but I mean, I just love nature, and I can get like these things where I just want to be in nature. I think nature is just, you really take it for granted when you're a kid. I grew up on a small island, and it's only now that I'm a bit like, oh, it was actually really nice. We had rocks. We didn't have McDonald's. We didn't have dance school. I really wanted to be a dancer when I was a child and a singer. But we had the quietness, and that's when I learned to play guitar. So I think nature is great for inspiration. And Bornholm is also a good place to go in nature.
Is that back home?
Yeah, that's die kleine Insel in die Ostsee.
Ah, all right. I'll keep that in mind whenever I go there to check it out. Do you have a routine for you as well? Because you just said that nature is inspiring to you. Like when you're writing songs, is that something you do to find inspiration in nature?
Not so much. I actually think it's the opposite. It's a place that I can go to just clean my head. I spend a lot of time in Himalaya as well. Traveling and kind of being in nature there is so profound because it's really alive. You feel that nature is alive on a different level. But in general, I like the city too. I live in the city, and all my friends kind of live in the city as well. So they are mostly my inspiration, the people close to me.
Now we're in the middle of 2019 already. What does the rest of the year have in store for you?
A bunch of concerts. I'm very excited because I'm actually going to come to Germany in December to play 2.5 weeks. And we just announced the tour, so that's really awesome. And then this summer is a lot of summer festivals, radio shows, radio festivals, and finishing my album.
Yes. Well, good luck with finishing your album and have fun playing the tour.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being so incredibly well prepared.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Vielen Dank.
Dankeschön.
Super duper Dankeschön.
Ja!